Good evening. Hey, what's up? This is Brian Kuzmar with Commercial Rare Coins and Precious Metals and ConciergeBullion.com with our evening daily report. Monday night, take a look at this. Absolutely gorgeous out there. Look at all those blue colors and green and everything else. 81 degrees too. It's kind of cooling up here a little bit. I'm wondering, it's probably cooling up across the country as well for most of you folks. So I guess we're heading into our autumn and winter months, which in Florida we don't have an autumn at all. We have two seasons here. We have hot and cold. No, when I say hot and cold, hot and warm. How's that? That's a much better way to describe it. Beautiful evening out there, though. I need to take a walk. Hey, guess what I did tonight? I did a 45-minute show and I forgot to hit the record button. Oh man, I don't know what's happening with me. It's just brain cells or something, just losing more and more on a daily basis. But you know what? I'll keep this one short. And let's get into tonight's quote here, which is, "Be at war with your vices, at peace with your neighbors, and let every new year find you a better person." I'm going to rephrase that because we're living in a new world, and actually person is the right way to describe it. Let every new year find you a better person. Benjamin Franklin supposedly said that, and I can't argue with that at all, folks. It's great advice personally for us. Really, it would be great advice for our country, our president, and our the people that run the system would be to be at war with our vices and be at peace with our neighbors and let every new year find us a better country. But this is not what's been happening for decades now. All we've done is actually encourage vices, encourage spending, encourage blowing out budgets, encourage really bad economic stuff. We have not been at peace with our neighbors. We created war with our neighbors. Look what we've done since Iraq, Afghanistan, Syria, now Ukraine. Again, Eisenhower warned us about the military-industrial complex because they're the ones that really profit from all this. And not only that, you know what else suffers from this? The Constitution suffers from all this bad stuff that's happening and all these bad people that are running our country. I don't care if they're red or blue flavor. That's who benefits, really, is the military-industrial complex benefits from that. And the people that stay in power make a lot of money from that. But no less, what does this have to do with the price of gold and silver and the tea in China? A lot. It has a lot to do with it. Because, again, this is all about the decline of an empire. And we've got a couple empires here. We've got the U.S. empire, which is the empire of democracy, the empire of a constitution that we actually followed. And then you've got the empire of money, which is really about the banking system and the crony corporate system that we have going on there. So you've got two different empires, a fiat empire, and you've also got an empire run by crooks now, crooks, criminals, and morons. I'm sorry I said it, but that's exactly what we have going on. They're talking about having, a revolution out there, a civil war. Well, we don't need a civil war, folks, because really the real enemy is not your neighbors. The real enemy is not the local business people. The real enemy is not a lot of corporations that play by the book. The real enemy is the people that make the rules, the red and the blue people, both of them that make the rules out there. So we don't need a civil war amongst ourselves. We need a revolution, political revolution out there. And what do I think that means? I think that means adding more parties to the mix out there, because you can't trust the red or the blue party to do the right thing. They haven't done for decades. And again, what does this have to do with the price of gold and silver and the tea in China? Well, again, the decline of an empire, the decline of the buying power of the dollar, and the fact that gold, silver, and platinum has been around for 5,000 years and has always held its own to some degree. Has it doubled up, tripled up, made people rich? Yeah, it has made some people rich. It's done the double, it's done the triple, but its primary goal is all about maintaining its value, and that's what it's done very well. Folks, take a look at prices here since last Friday. We're up nearly 10% from, I think, really the bottom lows. Didn't we see $17.99 silver or something like that? Now we're looking at $19.81. So 5 to 10% climb in the last week and a half, 2 weeks, from those artificially low, manipulated, monkey-hammered bullshit prices in the COMEX, CRIMEX, CME, and the Globex, whatever markets you want to call them, owned by the CME group. But again, these prices on gold, silver, and platinum has been nothing. Even this price right now, even with it being up as much as it is right now, these prices are just a pure gift. Don't look a gift horse in the mouth. Because even premiums have come down a lot in gold, silver, and platinum. So it's been a great opportunity for folks that haven't stacked to stack at prices that are just, again, gifts. It's a gift. And for those of you folks that have bought at higher prices that are a bit impatient, I don't blame you. Everybody wants to see their shit go up much faster than it does. But you know what? No matter how much you may complain, a few folks out there are complaining, oh, I think one of the commenters out there, Bob Howard, was complaining about, oh my gosh, so it's going to go to 12 and dealers are just pumping it. No, if it went to 12, you certainly wouldn't be able to buy it for that price per ounce. And we actually saw what happened when we dipped into that sub $18 level. Supplies are tightening up again in the physical markets and all that stuff. But folks, even at these higher prices than what we saw last week, it's still a gift. And again, don't look a gift horse in the mouth. It's kind of like if you were offered steak. If you were offered your favorite steak or your favorite chicken, your favorite vegetable at 1/3 the price that you normally buy it for any length of time, you would call that a bargain. You would not look the gift horse in the mouth and complain about it, even though you knew that market was manipulated. Even if they manipulated the steak market down where you could get it on 10 cents on the dollar, you could buy a prime rib or a filet mignon for $3 per pound. That's a gift, folks, and that's exactly what you're looking at, especially with the price of silver, a pure gift. Now, for folks that want the prices to go up, and because they own a lot of filet mignons and they're in the selling market, not in the buying market, not so much. And that's why I don't get why miners aren't complaining about the price of silver being so low like it has been. But I'm going to get out of here. Great opportunity to buy precious metals at really low prices, folks. Markets across the board, including the futures markets here. Take a look at silver, up 5%, again, as I said, in the overnight markets. Quite some performance in a manipulated, controlled market. Again, the manipulation doesn't just happen one way downward, it also happens upwards. That market is entirely crooked, but it's nice to see it kind of bouncing off its bottom. And hopefully, maybe Ted Butler's right, maybe the CME group, maybe the CFTC is starting to get to these big commercial short positions and say, hey, you guys got to lay off this stuff, for more reason than one. The primary reason is they don't want a massive failure or a massive bailout on their hands from one of these large silver short positions. So maybe they are genuinely starting to lay off these shorting this stuff, in which case if these big commercials don't continue to short the price of silver like they have been for 3 or 4 decades, once they let that go like they did in 2011, you're going to see silver prices shoot right to the moon here. And again, going to make everyone happy, including myself. Well, let's take a look at Dow futures here. Futures are kind of in the green. Everything's in the green. Remember, I've been saying that the odd correlation that I've seen is that Dow Jones, S&P, NASDAQ has been in the green, so has gold, actually. And we're still seeing that continue. When those 3 markets have been in the red, gold seems to have been following it as well. I can't see the correlation. Why, if the stock market is going up and equities markets are going up, why would gold go up with it? Now, maybe that could be a coincidence, but when it's been going down, when the equities markets have been dropping of recent, so has gold. It just doesn't make sense to me why it's doing that. Any of you got some ideas or thoughts, put it in the comment section. I'm no genius. I certainly can't think all these things through myself. Sometimes I wish I could. What's the best deal out there as far as silver goes? No doubt silver bars, hundreds, kilos, tens, and ones. We've got a great selection of them here at Commercial Rare Coins and Precious Metals, our brick and mortar in South Florida, where we're open 10 to 4 Mondays through Fridays. And if you're buying more than 2,500 ounces of silver, you can call us at conciergebullion.com. With wires and safe ways to ship stuff right now, we can do large deals on gold and silver for you larger folks out there, or larger buyers out there that don't live in the state of Florida. For you smaller buyers that don't live in the state of Florida, unfortunately, I just don't have ways to deal with you unless, again, you live here and you can visit our brick and mortar. What's the best deals out there as far as gold goes? Still, it's gold bars, man. Gold bars are still the best deal out there at $74 or less. Depending, a spot plus $74 or less, and larger quantities, spot plus 68 or less as well. Best deal out there, considering that gold eagles are spot plus 150 150 now. What is it? No, spot plus 145. Buffaloes are spot plus 135, or in that range or something like that, about 10 bucks cheaper. Again, best deal are gold bars at spot plus 74 bucks or less. If you live in South Florida, as I said, we are the place to come to. We're open 10 to 4 Mondays through Fridays. We'll beat all the locals and APMEX, SD, and JM Bullion on their competitively priced gold and silver products. Where are we going from here? I think that's an interesting article that I pulled up earlier, which was Yahoo Finance. Congressman criticizes U.S. Mint management of silver American Eagles. And as you can tell, I'm checking to see if that record button's on, because I just did a 45-minute show and didn't record it. Best show ever. Sorry you missed it. Treasury Secretary in apparent violation of the requirement for Mint to sufficient quantities to meet public demand. One thing that the U.S. Mint has not been doing is producing enough silver eagles to meet demand. Speculation and excuses have been they've not been able to get the blanks to do this, but I think that's bullshit. I do think that to some degree that the U.S. Mint has been asked to step down production of silver eagles for a couple reasons that may seem more conspiratorial to some folks, which means that not taking as much silver off the market that they normally would be, because I believe sincerely that there is a shortage of investment silver out there. Not a shortage of silver above ground, but a shortage of available silver above ground. But meanwhile, interesting article here. The representative did point out that the U.S. Mint has only made 11.6 million ounces of the silver bullion coin available to the public through July 2022, barely half of which has been supplied through the first 7 months of prior years. So production is even worse. I can see why production was bad in 20 and 21, but why is production so bad in 2022, folks? I'm telling you that the conspiracy guys, and nothing wrong with saying conspiracy, because the conspiracy is that the U.S. Mint has been told to lower their production in order not to exasperate the issue with supply issues, above ground supply issues, and I'd have to agree with that 100%. Meanwhile, it still doesn't make Silver Eagle premiums a good deal, because they are not. Most overpriced product out there is constitutional silver and Silver Eagles, folks. If I had Silver Eagles, I'd be trading them right now for kilos or 100-ounce bars. It's a much better deal, and you could put more silver in your pocket. I've talked about this many times. Silver grinding its way up. I'd go over the comment section, but I'm going to kind of get through this video quicker than normal. Kevin Kilgore says, if you know Roto-Rooter, please tell him I'll buy more silver if he stops singing. I think I've watched, there's a couple good, everyone has the way they do their own content. There's some people that just hate listening to me, so I'm sure that I have people that aren't exactly fans of mine either, but you know, he has his own thing. Interesting. Only a couple guys I've actually listened to, because like I've said many times before, for me as a coin and precious metal guy, you know, it'd be like think about this, it'd be similar to like the plumber. A guy that's been doing plumbing for 40 years, he comes home and he watches plumbing videos. I don't think that happens. And trust me, folks, it doesn't happen with yours truly, Brian here. I don't come home and watch gold and silver and coin videos. I just do it all day long. All right, so I hope that analogy works for you. But there are some cool guys out there to watch. Roto-Rooter is interesting. I've never seen people do their own musical gig while they're talking about precious metals and other things. Interesting to say the least. Salivate Metals, he's kind of a cool guy. Love his voice, and he's got good enthusiasm for precious metals, and his consistency of producing videos is pretty cool. And T, the Silver Stacker, another one of my favorites. He came by and visited me one time here in the store. Love his one-on-one interviews with other dealers out there, and super nice guy on top of it. Just pure enthusiasm for, you know, he loves silver and he loves stacking this stuff, and I really got that when I met the guy. And when you watch his videos, you get that as well. But I got to admit, I don't watch a lot of videos because of the same reason that a plumber doesn't go home and watch plumbing videos. Mark, what's up? Tree Climber, Asaya, Joey from Seattle, Bob. Oh, that's the guy that I was saying being negative earlier. Bob says, I agree, sellers want people in fear. Sellers, like myself, I guess you're saying, or other sellers, want people in fear of missing out as it inches up to get them to buy their products before it drops to 12 bucks. Come on, Bob, that's just negative. Not if it drops to 12 bucks, back the frickin' truck up for me, man. I'm going to go out and borrow money to buy silver at 12 bucks if the premium isn't 20 bucks. Absolutely incorrect there, and I think this commenter put it up, another armchair expert comment. Bob, let me stick with me making the the predictions, which I don't even do that well. But no, $12, yeah, I don't think so. Not unless you see the stock market drop in half overnight, then you could see everything drop. You know, the whole entire scheme comes down, the pricing scheme. That includes the pricing scheme in gold and silver. John G, thanks for watching. James talks about the sterling silver deals that I was talking about in Friday's video about buying sterling, the usefulness of owning a sterling silver flatware set, and the fact that you can use it, enjoy it, and sell it later for more money. I thought it was kind of a cool little suggestion that I made on Friday. T. Lee says, a friend whose wife collects silver eagles and slabs. Yeah, it hurts. You know what? Sometimes the best thing to do is just not tell people they're buying something that's too much money. No one wants to hear that. Sometimes it's just talk about what we're doing and why we like what we're doing, and that encourages people maybe to look and change what they're buying, like your friend's wife. If you tell her that you're buying bars and you're getting way more silver for your money, you might get her thinking about, well, maybe I should not buy silver eagles and spend all that extra money for certification and plastic and all that stuff I'm never going to get my money back on. Maybe my friend T. Lee is right. I'll just buy bars. That's my opinion on it. Russell, what's up? CR Chief, wire fractional silver rounds so expensive because not a lot of people make them. And it costs as much to make a silver fractional 10th ounce as it does a 1 ounce, or about thereabouts. So it's no cheaper to make a 10th ounce than it is a 1 ounce, in my understanding. I called around to pack 1 ounce gold and find the premium is 10%. 10% is way too much. 10% on a gold bar is just absolutely ridiculous. Archie Tran, you should be paying no more than $74 over spot for a 10 ounce bar. I mean, a 1 ounce gold bar. If you not try to drive a little further and find yourself a better dealer locally, or if you're in South Florida, come by and see us. We'll beat that price by a long shot, by half. Your mom says why? Because it's rich. Hey, what's up, Celeste? Yep, you're absolutely correct about sterling silver. One of the great reasons to use sterling silver is because you can buy it for just about next to nothing, and it's got practical purposes, and you could use it and sell it for more later. Jeremy Recruits, what's up? Can I get an ounce of silver for 60 gold eagles? No. I think 60 silver eagles right now, I'm getting 28 bucks each for them wholesale. I wouldn't pay you that for it. I'd have to make $1 a coin, 27 or something like that. But if I'm correct, the math comes out to your silver eagles wholesale, I can get 1,680 bucks roughly for the silver eagles that you're talking about. And the gold bars would run you maybe a little bit over 1,800. So you're about $120, $130 shy of getting an ounce of silver for 60, an ounce of gold for 60 silver eagles. But you know what? It's still a good freaking trade. I'd trade silver eagles right now for kilo bars. If you can get 2 kilo bars and do a trade and a little bit of cash, I think you'll come out ahead. You should be able to buy kilo bars for spot plus $350, $4 or less than that or something like that, and then sell your or trade your silver eagles for spot plus $7. Stephen W. India is importing a lot of silver. A lot of it's coming out of the SLV, my understanding, through Ted Butler. That's SLV is not being sold. You're not seeing a reduction in shares in SLV because they're selling silver. It's because the people that are redeeming their SLV shares for silver. And again, that's big investors, and that's the speculation on Ted Butler's part. A huge amount of SLV silver, physical silver, is being swept up in India. Silver is waiting for the Queen. Yeah, a lot of stores are going to get wiped out of silver here pretty soon. Here, it looks like that the premiums are going to go up as well. Wharton, what's going on? And John Doe, I'm glad you enjoyed my videos. Hey, that's it. I actually recorded this video. Think for yourself, question authority, and always make sure you hit that record button, folks. That's it. This is Brian Kuzma with Commercial Rare Coins and Precious Metals, our brick and mortar here in Lauderdale by the Sea, Florida. South Florida, we're open 10 to 4 Mondays through Fridays. We sell small quantities, large quantities. Been here a long time, can help you with whatever you need. We also do rare coins and other things. And if you don't live in the state of Florida and you're doing larger quantities, over 2,500 ounces of silver, over 100 ounces of gold, please call us at conciergebullion.com. Via wire, we can do wires with you, lock-in deals, and have safe, secure methods of doing larger bullion deals with you folks out there in the United States that are looking to do larger bullion deals that don't live in South Florida. Meanwhile, If you live in South Florida, make sure you visit us at Commercial Rare Coins and Precious Metals. Hey, thanks for watching, folks. Have yourself a great evening, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye now.